Yo, what's up? All right, man. So I guess the big debate now I'm saying online is they want to know who was the better player in 2001, like for the Lakers, right? About to get into this. I got the phone in one hand and the hand in the other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. But I mean this is just like an easy question, right? Like it was Shaq. Shaq was the better player, yo. Like, not taking out from Kobe, but we know Shaq was the alpha of the team at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand a lot of these Kobe fans, and I like Kobe, but in 2001, Kobe Bryant was not better than Shaq. Period. Like, there's nothing else to discuss really. Shaq was the better player. Shaq was the alpha of the team. Shaq averaged more rebounds. Well, the rebuttal will be, well, Kobe averaged more assists. Yeah, Kobe did average more assists. Right. Like I was looking at the playoff stats. Kobe only averaged what, three more assists than Shaq as a shoot as a guard, right? Shaq averaged Shaq averaged I think 3.5 assists or something like that, or close to 3.5 assists. So it's just these fans, these so-called NBA fans, and whatever, like they just make up their own history. They make up their own facts. They make up their own, rebuttals, and everything's opinion based. But we gotta go by empirical data. We gotta go by the facts. We gotta go by the stats. We gotta go by the eye test. You know what I mean? So Kobe was not better than Shaq in 2001. Sorry. I even looked up who was the top players in MVP voting. Shaq was third. Kobe Bryant was ninth. Kobe Bryant was ninth in MVP voting. Shaq was third. We, you know, um, Allen Iverson was the MVP that year. But if the 76ers didn't do as well as they did that year, like because Iverson shot poor percentages from the field. I mean, he shot all right 3 point wise, 3 point percentage wise, but and I think he led the league in steals. I think he had like 2.5 steals or whatever a game. They would have never, you know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq probably would have been number two in MVP voting. You feel me? So, but yeah, we gotta stop this craziness, man. Like, what oh, Kobe is, and then like the guy said on the thing or whatever, basically saying Kobe was better than Shaq, and I'm like, yo, no, yo, he's not. He was not better than Shaq at the time. Shaq was the best player for the Lakers. That three-peat, Shaq was that guy. He was the main guy, yo. He was the alpha of the team. Like arguably top two, top three player every year in the NBA. Like I don't understand what why people want to argue this. Like there's nothing to really argue about. You know what I mean? Like was Kobe one of the best players for his position? Yeah. Yeah, you can make the case for that, right? Absolutely, you can definitely make the case for that. But I don't think I don't know. I would Was Kobe Bryant better than Allen Iverson at the time? I mean, I don't know, right? Just say if he didn't have Shaq, like if Kobe didn't have Shaq, I think the way how the Lakers offense was put together, if Shaq didn't have Kobe, I think they still would have made a deep playoff run. You know what I mean? Now, what they won the championship, I don't know, because I mean, of course, because of that style of play or whatever, right? But I don't think Shaq. I don't think Kobe. I know Kobe at the time wasn't a better player than Shaq as far as impact. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna talk about like being the best and all that good stuff or whatever the case may be or whatever, right? Like, nah, he was good, but he wasn't better than Shaq. Shaq, the one year in 2000, Shaq should have been unanimous MVP. He had the year before 2001, obviously, right? 99, 2000. Yo, Shaq should have been a unanimous MVP, but he wasn't. He wasn't. I forget what sports writer it was that voted. I think he made a one vote for like maybe Allen Iverson or something like that. I forget or might have been Tim Duncan or something. I don't know. I gotta do some research on that. But yeah, yo, like these fans, man, like they just I don't know, man. Like they got like amnesia or something with all the crazy stuff they say. Like the one video I had, I was talking about how when Jordan played against that Lakers team and he won his first championship, that Lakers team wasn't washed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't washed up, and the reason why it wasn't washed up was because the year before that, Magic Johnson was the MVP of the NBA. So how? So damn, I guess Magic must have really got sorry in less than a season. You feel me? So, but whatever, man. I don't know. A lot of this stuff I try to really not engage into too much because a lot of the people they don't know what the hell they talking about. They just be just talking. They just talking just to talk and just using their imagination of this infatuation of a player that they have with over another player or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can't deny the fact that Shaq at the time was the most dominant player in the NBA without question. Like there's no question, without a question. Shaq was the most dominant player in the NBA for sure. It's not even second place, none of that. You feel me? So yeah, you can bring up Tim Duncan. Yeah, you can bring up Kevin Garnett. Yeah, you can bring up Allen Iverson. Yeah, you can bring up Tracy McGrady. You can bring up all these players, but Shaq was they. What like I'm gonna put the whole argument to the rest to the end. Where you think the Hacker Shack stuff came from? Because he was so dominant. Like we know this guy has a weakness at free throw shooting. So in order for us to get his ass out of the paint and force him at the free throw line because he's not that good of a free throw shooter, then you know what I'm saying? We're gonna you know, use this thing called Hacker Shack. You feel me? So yeah, they didn't have no Kobe Bryant rule or anything like that. Like, oh, let's figure out a way to like get the ball out of Kobe's hands because he turned us up. Like, he dropping 50 on us or he dropping X amount of points on us all the time or whatever for real. So, but yeah, and I'm not taking out from Kobe. Kobe is a great player. You feel me? But at the time, like I'm saying right now, he's not better. In that 2001 season, Kobe Bryant was not better than Shaquille O'Neal. Period. End of discussion. End of story. Whatever. The sports writers know it. That was doing the voting at the time for the for the MVP. Um, Basketball aficionados know it. Anybody that understands the eye test know it. Jerry West knows it. Jerry West signed wanted Shaq so bad, like it was a bidding war or whatever in order to get Shaq over to LA from Orlando. But had these fanboys tell it, they'll be like, oh, Kobe, Kobe carried Shaq and this and that. It's like, nah, bro. Shaq Shaq was a good player. I mean, Kobe was a good player. Shaq was a great player. Kobe was a great player. But I'm sorry, yo. Like Shaq was just a better player at the time. You know what I mean? Like he was the alpha of the team. I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, you could sit there and say that, oh well, Shaq, Shaq. Hold on, y'all. You can sit there and say, Shaq product of the big man era or whatever. Yeah, I mean, he was a product of the big man era, but at the same time, that era was kind of changing because the guard play was pretty great, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Um, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, all those players were MVP candidates, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta look at the thing again, but I'll just be getting like frustrated with this like talk. You know what I mean? Like people not people talking and not really adding any substance to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? They just like it's all emotional based. Oh, it's all emotional based. Like it's not even like based in, like I said, facts or anything like that, or the eye test. Nothing. It's just emotions. And Shaq, like I said, Shaq carried the Lakers. You know what I mean? Kobe, of course. Kobe was the Robin. Like what's up? When you have, what I mean, Shaq and Kobe. Shaq is the number one guy. Kobe is the bat is the Robin. Shaq was the main offense is going through him. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's whatever these Kobe fans want to put. It's not even really these. I won't even necessarily say it's really these Kobe fans. It's like certain Kobe fans understand what it is. Like Shaq was the alpha. At the time when Shaq was on the team or whatever. Shaq was the most dominant player in the NBA at the time or whatever. Shaq was carrying the load. Kobe was there as a help meet to Shaq. Kobe was the rib to Shaq, and that's it. There's nothing to discuss. Like the offense was not. Kobe was not the offensive number one guy. You know what I mean? Like, but you got these fools sitting there saying crazy, like just crazy stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna just like from time to time give my sports, opinion, which is based in facts and empirical data and everything else to like give the truth instead of all this hyperbole. You know what I mean? Like just stuff that just like what you said what. So yeah, I'm just like my guy, man, basketball genius on Facebook. Like that's my guy. Like he's cool. He's a cool dude and everything. But he just like that post I totally disagree with. It was like, oh yeah, Kobe had 3 good series or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, like just imagine if the Nets like they played against the Nets that season, right? No, the Lakers. I'm not the Lakers. Damn, the Lakers played against the 76ers that championship series. All right, the guard play was neck and neck, in my opinion. Like Allen Iverson versus Kobe, like that backcourt is like almost nullified. My bad, but hopefully this is continuously going. My bad. Somebody try to call, but like just say like that 2001 series, and I'm just like going off like on this is like some freestyle shit. Like Shaq, just say Shaq wasn't in that series, right? If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Like the 76ers was probably one of the best defensive teams in the NBA at the time. You remove Shaq from the equation as far as his defensive ability, which I think is underrated. Which I think is underrated. Him averaging what I think he averaged like 15 rebounds a game in the playoffs. What I think he averaged like 15 rebounds a game in the playoffs. Just take away them 15 rebounds and you put in like the backup center at the time. I don't know, like Horace Grant or like who ain't even, he's not a center, but I think they still had Sean Rooks. I'm just going off of like just like I said, just trying to go off of memory. Or they might have had Matt. What was the dude? Mad. They used to call him Mad Dog. I forget your last name. He was a white boy. He played for Stanford, I think. But just say if they would have had him as a starting center over Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that series between the 76ers and the Lakers would have probably been a 50-50, like a 50-50 series, you know what I'm saying? If you would have took Shaq out of the equation. Because the guard play, like I said, the guard play, in my opinion, between the backcourt with Allen Iverson, Eric Snow, Aaron McKee versus Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, and who they had, Tyron Lue, whatever. To me, it's like 50-50. It's a 50. It's a toss up. You know what I'm saying? But you take the front court of, all right, you got the Dikembe Mutombo. Who else did they have? Power forward wise. What was the white boy? Matt Geiger, I think they still had him. So Dikembe Mutombo, Matt Geiger, and Aaron McKee. We'll put Aaron McKee at the small forward, at the swing man or whatever, right? Versus Shaq, who dominate on both sides of the floor. Shaq, uh, Robert Ory, and Horace Grant, right? Yo, the Lakers got that, yo. Like, the Lakers front court is way better than the 76ers front court. It's not even, you can't even compare it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't compare Shaq versus Dikembe. Like, Shaq was destroying that man in that series, yo. Every play down the court, damn near, yo. Like, then on top of that, like, you got, like, icing on the cake really was Kobe Bryant. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing from Kobe. Kobe's great player, really great, all-time great player. But Shaq, at that time period, in 2001 or whatever, was the better player, yo. So I'm going to just end that with that, my conversation and my thoughts on this, about, like I said, the backcourt versus, like, Kobe Bryant, Ty Lue, um, Derek Fisher versus Allen Iverson, Eric Snow, and Aaron McKee, right? So, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got, man. Peace.